said, it is a state, and that's definitely false, right? As he rightly said, it's a treaty of peace and friendship, and that's what it is. What is factual in the treaty was that 1,500 acres of land was allotted to them, was given for them to settle on, to farm and live, all right? To farm and live, and in return for them being settled on that land, they must assist the British, because it wasn't for free. They were not just going to allow them to live there and farm, and no, they know how to assist the British in quelling or stopping future rebellions and returning all future runaways, and help to suppress and defend the island from any invasion. So they had to play a part in helping the British at the time in order to be living and residing on the land. So in terms of ownership, with time, I think, and the fact that they had an agreement with the British, incoming governments could see that and look to that likely and say, well, okay, since they already had an agreement, allow them to continue to reside on the island, on the land, and leave them unmolested instead of trying to remove them. But this issue of a state, that's, I think, where the challenge is and where people have a problem. Live on the land, reside on the land. You were allowed to live there, but stop this nonsense.
Hold on. Clarification.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is trying to move them off the land?
Nobody's trying to move them off the land. That is what is being said on social media. There are many videos out there that, oh, the government want to take away the land. Just like recently they were saying in St. Elizabeth, the Prime Minister caused a storm because he wants to build a smart city and he wants to take the land. It's the same misinformation being spread. So the people in the community buy into that. But the whole issue is about the current leadership to stop the nonsense about a state within a state, and the state is offering assistance, the military to come in and assist, and you are saying you don't want the military in your community. What is that saying? Which community in Jamaica have you ever heard refuse the military from entering? So,
and that is the main, I think that's one of the main controversy, because the military is part of the Jamaica security structure. And if you are going to say that you don't want the military there, I think that's a serious issue. Because there's one authority in Jamaica, one authority, one law, and we are all subject to the law of the land. So I think I was saying from the other day that somebody needs to sit down and explain and to regularize the what need to be understood as it relates to Jamaica as a sovereign state, and all the persons in Jamaica, whether they are Maroon or wherever, are subject to the law of the land. Okay? Well, if the law is not being administered properly and people are doing things and all different, that's a separate matter. But I think it needs to be understood in no uncertain term that there's one structure as it relates to the law of the land, and we all have to adhere to it.
Agreed. And I think this issue has been going on for too long, and this is where it is reach a boiling point where when the refusal is being made and you're coming and giving a statement, putting out a statement that you don't want your community to be militarized and the people to be traumatized, as if you are a government, a separate government representing a state. So something urgent needs to be done in having the situation resolved, you know. And like I said, there's no issue to me with the land and the treaty and all that was done then. It's just the type of leadership that this community is now under that is causing the problem.
Wow. Does the people in Maroon Town vote in the election?
The people in Maroon Town do everything else that every other Jamaican does. Everything. The only thing they do differently.
And they have a member of parliament and councillors and all that.
Of course. Of course.
What's the point? So what's the point?
The point is.
What's the point?
The point, as I was saying, is it's the only community, Fred, I know that someone comes out and goes on a public platform and gives a speech or a statement declaring that they don't want the military to come in and aid to build or do any work in the community because they don't want the community to be militarized.
Is there a difference? Is there a difference between saying that they don't want they don't want the military to come in and brandish guns around the place and militarize the place as this thing for them the military coming in and assisting the building arm of the military coming in and assisting the construction arm and assisting in restoring the homes that are void of a roofing or to build. Is there a difference in saying in those two different arguments? Because Mr. Curry had gone back to the social media, and I think the radio stations too said that he is in fact accepting the assistance from government to restore the homes in those areas.
Well,
There's two different arguments.
I haven't heard
One is accepting the army to come in and assist with the homes and restoring the homes and rebuilding the homes and effect repairs to the homes. But at the same time, he's saying he don't want the army to come in.
No, that's not what I heard. What I heard was that they should give him the supplies and he will do the work. Okay. But they should not come in. Right?
Well,
no.
And that's why I said that can never be the case.
No,
the armies, go ahead.
No, remember, this is the same military that has been working in other parts of the island, in Westmoreland, in Hanover, and other parts of St. Elizabeth, in St. James. And you're telling me that all those persons who they were putting up tarpaulins and erecting back structures, you're telling me that they were traumatizing all those people and they were militarizing those communities?
Yes, something is wrong with the argument there. Something is definitely wrong with that argument.
Because they have been working in all the other communities. Why is your community suddenly going to be the one that is going to be militarized and your community member is going to be traumatized? Why only your community?
That's a serious issue.
Right. So
that in itself would can be seriously can be interpreted as saying that you're a state within a state.
But I think that was what Chuck was trying to allude to, but maybe the way he made the statement, it didn't come off how he wanted to, because you are acting as if you are the head of state of a country. You are dictating to the armed forces of the country that you don't want them to enter your community. You know, and that's serious.
That's a serious issue.
Miss Opwell, you're
Good
here.
night, Judge. Good night, Judge. Good night, Mr. Ingram. Good night, Judge.
Good night,
Good night to this honorable court. May I approach the bench? I have a question.
Yes, madam. You may.
Mr. Bookman, as you were speaking, I have a question. So I know there were two sets of Maroons, right? And this is because I have not read and I do not know. So I like to ask instead of assume. So I know one set of Maroons, at some point they were sent to as far as Sierra Leone, like they were deported, you know, and they were sent back to a part of Africa. Now, for the Maroons that weren't as greatly impacted, right? I would think the Maroons that were affiliated with NANI, right? And they remained in Jamaica. Did they migrate to Akongpong because they were in the east?
Ms. Opel, you have to remember that Akongpong is in St. Elizabeth.
Right,
So
right.
When that section that supported Nani left, they went in the hills of Portland.
Okay, that's what I would, because I know, you know, two different geographical areas, right?
Yes.
But there were some Maroons that were.
Sorry, but there's more than two groups.
Okay.
But you got the ones in Trelawney, but
Yes.
they fall under Kojo. So
Right.
although they're not residing in a compound, they still fall under Kojo.
Right, right. So that part I know, but what I was thinking, right? Because now, present day Maroons, they're centralized to one part of Jamaica, right?
No,
They're not. Okay,
you still have the Maroons up in Portland, and you still have the ones in St. Elizabeth at a compound. What you don't really, you have some in Trelawney now, I think, but they are not a lot. But that St. Elizabeth compound was responsible for the Trelawney Town Maroons as well.
because that's what I was wondering. Because I'm like, I know there are more than one group of Maroons, but the Maroons that we focus on are the ones from Akongpong, you know, today.
Yeah, because history. Remember, it was one group that splintered. One group that splintered. And because they are the ones that have a signed treaty, right? Then history has more record of them.
Because because as you were talking, I'm like, okay, did I miss something? Did they merge into one group while we specifically focus on this one group? Or, that's why I'm like, I have a gap in my
No, it's just because they are the one that first to sign a treaty, and they are the one with a signed treaty, because the second treaty wasn't completed. So it's sort of null and void.
Okay, so that was my question.
The treaty was to have been with the ones in Portland, but Nani would not have that.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime.
Thank you.
Welcome, Lopez.
Lopez, like him, gonna pause. You're gonna say something.
Wanna get on? Yes, yeah, wanna get on with the argument about the Maroons in Jamaica. And as I said before, it must be settled and understood that Jamaica is a sovereign state, and there's one authority. There's one authority in Jamaica, irrespective of how we feel about the actions of the police and military. So I need to mute them, mic. We have to understand there's one authority. Somebody need to mute. The person who's coming in there need to mute in one authority in Jamaica. And that's what needs to be established in no uncertain terms. And I hope that we can settle the myth that is going around as it relates to the Maroons and who they are and what their status are. It's very important. That needs to be cleared up. And maybe it's time for the government themselves to make a definitive position as it relates to the Maroons in Jamaica. Right? So there are no ambiguities between the Maroons and the government. Because it's all if there's one right now. We can't continue like that. Just cannot continue like that. Judge, so what was the decision taken? What was the decision taken that relates to Maroon and the topic to which your court was looking at?
Oh, we basically was looking at the treaty in depth and try to dissect it so that we have a better understanding where we're going. I think I have the back screen up. Yeah, so that's where we are. So we have not concluded the matter in terms of to say yes, they have this right or this claim, but we're just going through it. That's what we are doing.
Judge Sims, just sure you couldn't find a different color for your background?
Oh, sorry. Yes, because I have to do the thing. I'm going to change it. I don't, it's TikTok put it up. Let me go in right now and change
they might give a wrong impression.
Exactly, so, and I don't want that.
You need to change. I suggest that if you could get a better color, like for example, an orange color.
No. I'm going to change it to put I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to what?
I'm trying to understand this thing because I have the same problem with my background, and I need to have an understanding of it. How we manipulate the
since as we are in Jamaica, I put up the judge maker. We saw Penny laughing. Okay, good. So, Mr. Ingram, we have not concluded the matter. We are just presenting, and then at the end of it, Mr. Bookman wants to do the rebellion with the gentleman name Mike Sharp.
Rebellion issue is for Wednesday. We have to push that Wednesday. So if there's any thing we want to discuss on what we've gone through the treaty, we can always discuss that. But I've pushed back the Emancipation Rebellion of Samuel Sharp to Wednesday. I've completed half the papers on that already. Should have the other half ready by Wednesday.
At that time, Bookman, can we do a wrap to say definitively the Maroon is not sovereign, they have no claim to of such? So we want to reach a conclusion at the end.
Okay. So
yeah, to say this is it.
Yeah,
so we can recap. So today I think we can recap, Bookman. Just
right.
Recap this
and I think Mr. Ingram was not here. So I would like to share this info with him as well. So Mr. Ingram, you're listening?
Yes. Yeah, man, listening. Go ahead.
You're right. After the signing of the treaty with the Maroons, there was an incident similar to what as their compound gentleman came up and said earlier, the treaty gave them specific boundaries in which they could reside and plant and live. Apparently, 2 of them went outside of those boundaries and unalived an animal from someone else's estate. And they were brought to the magistrate and they were punished. They were flogged. And Kojo had a problem with that because he thought, just like the today people live in a compound think, some of them, that they had a state. And that is when that issue was settled. And the magistrate and the custos had to let them know that as the treaty states and outlines, They are there to live, raise crops within that boundary. And the laws and everything else of the land apply to them. So since then, from the 17th century, they know that they are not a state unto themselves, because they have run afoul of the law of the land already and was dealt with by the courts. So this issue of a state being a state was already resolved from the 17th century, from two members of the group went outside of their boundaries. And the magistrate dealt with it. And it caused tensions between them, and that's what led to the Second Maroon War. But the issue of a state within a state, that was settled long ago. The fact that in the treaty it also said they had to have 2 white men living amongst them is another clear evidence that the state appoints overseers, people to watch over you, so that you don't try to, you know, ambush or try anything to overthrow the government. So they made sure they put in the treaty that 2 white men were to live amongst you. So there are several different events and within the treaty itself where it clearly demonstrates that they are not a state within a state. So I think, Your Honor, we can come to the conclusion based on more than sufficient evidence, overwhelming evidence, I would say, that exists on paper and also within the courts during the 17th century that clearly outline they are not a state within a state. I heard, yeah, I saw someone type that the matter of their sovereignty, I think this means, is before the court, and Mr. Buchanan has the matter before the court. If memory serves me right, a colonel before this current leader did try to approach a court before, and that the very case that was brought up where they left the boundaries was cited. So I wish him all the best with that matter before the courts, because if memory serves me right, it was dealt with a second time in the court.
Good. So, you know, Bookman, we want to look at those matters as well and to wrap up Wednesday. If we have to go over, no, Monday, because we have Monday coming up and then we have Wednesday. So if we are not able to complete it on Monday, we can wrap up.
Oh, you say, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday?
Saturday.
Okay,
yes.
So I'll try to have it ready for Monday then.
Yes, and then these points, you can itemize them like sovereignty, then autonomy, and we can look at the different words, because as I said, words play on the people's mind.
True.
And we can look at the word militarized as well, what the colonel used, so that we can, you know, share the information. You know, I know people are here that have been following from the start, and I think they want us to reach to a point. They would have gathered a lot of information thus far, so I guess it would be good for us to, you know, because then we move on. We want to move on to needs. We want to unearth some stuff from it, and we can present that to the people as well.
Okay, I see.
Is there any question in the chat that anybody would like to ask Bookman? Because we're going to wrap up at 10 o'clock tonight, and then we're going to conclude between. You want to come up, Patrick? You always come up and share, Patrick. You want to come up and make some clarity? And you can come up, man.
He's been typing a lot, but I'm not seeing him come up.
Yeah, he's very fascinated with the subject, you know.
Yeah, good evening, guys.
Patrick,
Good
before
evening,
you
Sir
go,
Patrick.
let me ask a question of Bookman. Bookman, in your pointers, can you address how the Maroons will be treated if Jamaica ever goes to the state of being a republic? You know, what considerations would have to be made if Jamaica goes to being a republic from its present constitutional state, and how would the government make provisions for the Maroons if we go to being a republic from the current parliamentary system? So maybe you can address that as well.
Well, that would be left up to the government to decide. But what I would like to say is, I believe that any well-thinking government would want to honor any agreement that was already given. So I don't think any government that comes into power, whether the present government or the opposition, would want to.
No, but it's not even the government. It's going from the current state of being a parliamentary system, right? To
Yes.
that one of a republic where we don't no longer have a parliamentary system, but where we would have a president, right? So it wouldn't be the current way that the constitution is now. It will be a whole new setup where how governing is done. So I'm saying, you know, maybe in your final wrap up, you wanna maybe address that if Jamaica goes to being a republic, what considerations would have to be in place in terms of acknowledging and treating the same with the Maroon Treaty, moving to a new form of governance?
Well, Ms. Soper, why I'm mentioning the government, remember now, this is not something that was added or made a part of the Constitution, even by the British. The British never included the treaty or entrenched it in any way in any constitution. They just add a treaty of peace and friendship and just say, well, we agree to these terms, right? So, like I'm saying, it's an agreement that any government, whether incoming, outgoing, however it works, if the PNP comes in, if the JLP remains in, it's left up to the government to just look at the agreement, and I would think they would say, okay, this agreement has been in place since the 17th century. You know, we will just allow it to continue. That's what I'm saying. Because the Constitution does not affect it in any way, because it's not a part of it.
I understand what you're saying.
So even becoming a republic, it doesn't affect it.
But they could be those constitutional naysayers who say, you know, we acknowledge this treaty because of the history we had with the British. Now we're onto a new era. We can throw it out the window. I'm just being devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I don't think any government would do that. I don't think any government would do that.
But there would be those who would come up to say that we could throw it all out the window because we're on a new type of constitutional operation, or, you know, new constitutional laws are now in place, so we can throw those things out the window because we're in a new dispensation. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Huh?
It will be practical.
It wouldn't be, but we know we're Jamaicans, and you have those people that would say, yeah,
the history that ties with it.
Right.
I think that is the important part we are looking at, and that is why over the years there wasn't any problem with any colonel that was selected. It's just this one now, as was said. So
Right.
the history of it is so rich in Jamaica, and I think that is the relevance of the matter. It's just to say if they are sovereign and the claims associated with you know, being different from
and
Jamaica.
I understand that. So that's what I'm saying. The constitutional architects that are going to, when Jamaica becomes a republic, would have to have like almost like a caveat to say, and as it pertains to the Maroon, we will. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes.
And tweak it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
And I think also to Ms. Hopel, they can tie it in more so with we have our heritage gender based. What's the position of the Miss what's your name again?
Miss, I don't know the full title of her ministry.
Olivia Grange.
Olivia, tied in with that
Yeah, they could.
So
I think it's already declared. I think it's already, that year is already declared. I'm not sure if it's declared a heritage site, but I get what you're saying, Your Honor. They could declare it if it's not.
Right.
Yes.
It's just to say that we will, you know, because
And they will still allow. Sorry, and they will still allow them to make their choice in terms of choosing their colonel.
Yes.
You know that.
Yeah, because it's a tradition.
Yeah.
A centuries old tradition. So I'm interested to hear what Patrick has to say.
yes, I yield back. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Yes, I'm going to conclude. Yes, Patrick. Well,
okay, so we keep leaving out a lot of stuff. You understand? And let me explain.
That's why you're here, Patrick.
Let me explain why. So remember that we had I don't want to go all the way back from the Spaniards, but if you know where you're coming from, you know where you reach, right? But look at the Maroon, the first war, which consists of all the Maroons on the island. They fought the first war. The second war wasn't fought by all the Maroons on the island. The second, Dottie was right when he mentioned about the flogging and what happened. The reason for that was that the settlers, they weren't happy with the treaty. You know? They weren't happy with the treaty. And again, we must remember that in terms of the 1,500 acres of land that they got, they could hunt, right, within all of the cockpit area. We're just mentioning only now the Trelawney Maroons and the Accompagh Maroons. They could hunt in that area, but they could not come within 300 feet of a settlement. And it's in the treaty also, if settlers and Maroons meet while hunting, so they're hunting hogs or whatever, they have to share, they have to split it down the middle and share it. That was in the treaty. But the settlers weren't happy because now the settlers were saying that, listen, you know, these people now feel that they're one of us, right? So what they did with that second war, the settlers, they're the ones who taunt the Maroons, you know, taunt them, try to pick a fight. You understand? And the Trelawney Maroons, you know, they're the ones who basically give in to it, right? So if you look at history now, we keep saying the Maroons, you have the leewards and the windwards, right? So within the Trelawney and their compound Maroons, the Trelawney Maroons were the one that decided, hey, we're not going to take this. But the compound Maroons are the and the other Maroons from Portland, they didn't come in the second war. You know? It was only the Trelawney Maroons that fought that war. And what the British did was that, remember, when they had the settlers in the camp, they started to know how these people operate, how they work. So what they did to defeat them, you know, right? They had to use dogs from Cuba. They brought in dogs from Cuba to hunt them and burn the land. So that war was nearly a year, right? So if you notice, you don't hear anything about the Trelawney Maroons, because those are the Maroons, 600 of them, that they sent away. So those were the ones that they sent away and they took over that piece of land. So only a compound Maroons was left on that side of the island, right? But the treaty was still in place because their compound Maroons did not go in the war, right? The Maroons from Charlestown and they did not go in the war. So now all that treaty was still upheld. And that now the British did not trouble those because they said, listen, you know, this is show that the treaty can work. So that's why you don't hear, you look in Jamaica history, you don't see anything about Trelawney Maroons, you only a compound Maroons, because you had no longer Trelawney Maroons. Only a compound Maroons leave. Because the Trelawney Maroons were the one that they fought, and they sort think about it. If they sent them away, right? They took them, they carried them to a different, where again? Help me here, Dottie, here. They took them to
They went to Nova Scotia first.
Nova Scotia first, and then then from Nova Scotia they transferred
Sierra
it to
Leone.
Sierra Leone. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the reason. And then it's if you look back into the British history, right? If you go online, you can go into the British archive, and you'll see where they said that when it came to Sierra Leone, they spent it's something like 600 and something pounds for them. They sold them for there. You understand? And at that time, they said, okay, they could use them because these were warriors. You understand? So that's what happened with those set of people. So if you notice, they did not trouble anybody else. Think about it, guys. If that was the case, they would have taken on everybody. But they took back that piece of land and only the compound side remained, right? And it's all in the history now, we get it. We have to remain and say, okay, the treaty still hold. And the treaty for the windward and the leeward still hold. So there's four maroon towns in Jamaica today. Do you understand? The only one maroon town we talk about. No, but the rest in the Portland side, they're there. They're there. They have all the same festivities and everything, just like their compound maroons. But from ever since, they were the more quieter set of maroons from ever since. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. We're leaving out some of the history. You understand?
All right, Patrick, I can come in now.
Sure.
All right. So not any of the history has been left out, because I think your account, it's not, to me, it's not as accurate as it could be, because when you said the Second Maroon War, the Accompong Maroons didn't get involved.
No, they didn't get involved.
Hold on now. The guys who went outside the boundaries were from the Trelawney town, right?
Yes.
They were not a separate, listen, they were not a separate set of Maroons, you know. They were all under Codger, because the land that was issued under the treaty went as far as Trelawney town. Then it went as far as Trelawney town then, right? Now, when they went outside the boundaries and they were brought to the magistrate and flogged, you know what upset Codger? Because they were still, well, let's listen, they were under his control, and he was upset because they made a slaves flog them. And Codger felt that they were free people, so how they could dare let slave flog his Maroons.
Correct. Remember I said to you that they did it deliberately. One second. So, remember I said to you they did it deliberately to cause a war, because the settlers did not. They weren't pleased with the Maroons, so they tried to
what I'm saying.
To cause a war.
Kompong was a part of that war as well. What you said that was correct was the Portland set of Maroons, which was the Nanny Maroons, did not enter that battle because they had separated themselves from a Kompong from the signing of the treaty.
All right, so if you want, if you want, I can tell you where I got. I'm not saying I get it right off the British thing there. I can send it to the website. They said that, and think about it. And I think they're right, because they did. Why would they only take a certain set of Maroons and leave the rest? That's the question.
Okay. Listen, you see the one, hold on, you see the town in Trelawney that was easily accessible, right? Remember now, the land that they gave the ones in a compound was the same inaccessible land that they could not get to. What they call them, they were marooned up there. It was the same land when they were signing it. Is that a separate piece of land? They say, okay, come out of the hills.
Forget about the land. Forget about the land. What I'm saying with the Second War, right? The Second War, they could not fight them the way they fight them before, because they couldn't win. So that's why they went for dogs, hunting dogs from Cuba. and they burned the land. I can send it east. We start and starve them. That's how they find them, as they couldn't find them.
Listen, I know they crushed that Trelawney town and sent away those set of Maroons, right? I know that. But what I'm saying to you is the Kojo was not pleased and he initiated that battle.
I'm going to bed, Kerry. I'm going to bed. So, Bookman, what we're going to do, Mr. Patrick, probably looking for some information. But what you can do, Patrick, you can share with Bookman, you can inbox him, to the point you are making. So that
because Patrick, one of the things you should look into, is that there was only one colonel, one captain, whichever I think his title was captain, was a colonel, Captain Kojo. That's how the British addressed him.
Yeah, but
right. Listen to me now. There was only one captain of the Maroons. There was a separate captain in Trelawney.
I had to do this as a thesis, a paper to submit. So I'm saying I have so much info. So I'm saying where I can send you where you open your eyes to a lot of things, because some of the things you get it from just our local or the British, but some of these information where that comes from the Spanish side. You understand? I remember also we keep saying Maroons, and remember you have the Guyanese Maroons, the Suriname Maroons. So Maroons was all over.
You have any of them from Barbados, Patrick?
Not history, don't show. I haven't seen the Barbados, but they mentioned like the Puerto Ricans, the Maroons were in Suriname, they mentioned, you understand? But I'd have to research to see if there was any from Barbados.
Okay. But the question was asked if any was sent over there.
No, I don't know. And remember, I came up once before and I was saying to you that the Tainos, right, which are a native of the land, and I did some additional research and I saw where the University of the West Indies have found when they do DNA on Jamaicans, right, they are Taino up to 20%.
Oh.
Of Taino. So that is telling us that. But remember I was saying to you earlier that the Tainos were the first that run away, right?
Yes.
And then the slaves from the Spaniards joined them. That's how comes the slaves know the land so good. It was the Tainos who taught them the way of the lands, all the caves, everything. You understand? And so, Mr. Doddy, you can look it up where University of West Indies, I can even look up and tell you what the DNA sample that they use. And they have found Jamaicans. Today they having up to 8 to 10% Taino DNA.
There's no dispute with stuff like that.
No, remember I was saying before that the Tainos weren't extinct. They weren't. And the reason, let me just finish. And the reason why the Spaniards said they were extinct at the time was because they wanted more slaves. So the king and queen wouldn't send them more slaves because they say, hey, you have these people on the land. So they tell them, no.
Listen to me why I tell you they were extinct, right? No. During the Second Maroon War, the governor sent all the way to Honduras, sent ship to Honduras to bring over a set of Indian that they call the Mosquito warriors. They came from Honduras. They were some of the ones that were used to track and go up in the hills to find the Maroons. And you know what happened? None of them came back out of the hills. They were all massacred.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm
right?
saying, one
So
thing we must remember within our history was that the Spaniards were here 150 years before the British.
yes,
150 years. So that's
and
what I'm saying to you, that with those slaves that ran away from the Spaniards, mixed with the remaining taínos that
in
was.
the earlier part, you're gonna have that because what happened was a lot of them fled after the mass importation of Africans came to Cuba. They went to Honduras. They went to Nicaragua. Those islands that still have strong concentration of them up to this day in their DNA.
Mhm.
They
That's what.
left Jamaica when the mass amount of Africans started to come in. Because remember now, one historian recorded that there was as many as 60,000 when the British took over the island. No, sorry, when the Spanish took over the island. And when the Spanish started to work them on the plantations, they lost more than half of the 60,000, right? Remember now, it's the Spanish that started the importation of Africans first because the Indian stock, the Taino stock, started to dwindle. By the time the British came, the stock was almost finished of Tainos, and there were already Africans on the island. So during that transition between Spanish and English, yes, you're going to have that intermixing, right?
Yeah, and that's why I was saying that weren't extinct. They only set up stuff in our
No, but
history
why I
books
tell
and
it
stuff.
extinct, I'm telling you extinct from when the British took over the island. Because even in the second war, like I said, they had to go to Honduras to import those mosquito warriors to trap them up in the hills. Because there were no more on the island.
We have one to
I'm gonna
share.
find the history with the importation of the mosquitoes and share it with you.
Yes, Empress, welcome. We're going to close in a few minutes.
No,
So just wrap it up.
no problem. I wanted the reason why I asked the question, were slaves from Jamaica went up to Bahamas, because I remember when I traveled to Bahamas, they were telling us that they were, slaves that were sent from Jamaica, and also slave going the same route. And this gives me as like, could they be some of the Maroons? Because they spoke about slaves coming from Jamaica to Bahamas, and then they went up to North Carolina. Is it South Carolina where they have the Geechee people or something like that? Do you guys hear about those people? That they still maintain the culture in I don't remember if it's North or South Carolina, but it's when you go and they're telling you the story when you travel. But there is some, help me with the name. I might not be totally correct on the name, but I think it's some Geechee or some whatever people. Check it out, guys. But they told us about them going up to Bahamas, then to Carolina, some were sent to Nova Scotia, and indeed some were sent to Sierra Leone. So I'm now questioning that it is broadening my mind with this Maroon thing. Were those people also Maroon? I'm wondering.
Could be.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, because they, and I was like, oh, this sounds like what they were
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, because the more you peel away the layers, you start to find additional information.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I came. And, traveling, I tell you, open your eyes. But when I went there, I remember. So there is a group of people, and search and I didn't look at my phone before to search, but there is that set of people. I don't remember if it's North or South Carolina, but there is that some Geechee, whatever Geechee is, those set of people came out of Jamaica to Bahamas and then to the Carolina, and they still maintain the culture. So we could do a little research on that, but that's only my input tonight.
Thank you so much, Empress. With that said, Bookman and Patrick, please let us join Monday and Wednesday so that we can conclude this whole series. And now I will we'll adjourn for this evening. All right. Yeah, man. So thank you very much for coming, Bookman. Thank you very
You're
much,
welcome,
Patrick.
Yana.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Bye.
And you can share more with us, Patrick. You have a lot of information there. So you can join into with the conclusion about Wednesday, Bookman, because you can probably start Monday and then we finish. Wednesday. Marshall, welcome. Thank you very much. For those who are here for the first time and not yet following me, just click the follow button. And we're going to close off soon. So we convene Monday. All right. Have a good evening, everybody. Yes, thank you, Vivian. Thank you very much. And you are not here for the first time, you are not following me, just click the follow button. Please, thank you. And turn on your notifications so that when I go live, you'll be notified as well. All right. Thank you very much for joining this evening. And have a good rest of your evening. The first time, welcome Vivian, welcome. We have much more. We discuss a whole heap of information about the Maroons and the treaty, and we dissect it, we look at it all different sides and angles, and we want to conclude our series Monday, Wednesday. Then we can look at something else that is of national interest. All right. So thank you very much. I appreciate your company this evening. I start late, and I guess most of my viewers say, boy, I'm not going to come on again because I'm normally be on time. But tonight is an exception. All right. Yes. Have a good night. Mr. Ingram, go and sleep. Good night, Empress Survivor. Mr. Ingram, sleeping. I'm sure the phone watching Mr. Ingram right now. I'm sure the phone watching Mr. Ingram. Casey. No, not today. I was at home. I was resting today. Today is my worship day, but I was not church today. Yes. I'm a Sabbath person, Empress. Yes. Hey, Tani, what's up? What you know? Tani. What's up, Tani? Yes, I'm an Adventist. I'm an Adventist. I'm not practicing Adventism now, but that's my faith. Yeah, well, welcome, my sister. Tani, how you doing? Tani, I heard you're not behaving yourself in that. Even though we are friends, I would like to sentence you. Okay. Try turn on the camera, Tani. You put on your wig and turn on the camera. Put on your wig and turn on the camera.
I don't wear wigs right now.
Tani, have not seen in a long time. I would love to see your face.
Oh my God.
Really, Survivor? Really? What is it, Survivor? You see it at me? Oh, lovely. You know, we are persons who love to research and get truth. So tell me what's popping up?
Nothing. I'm here.
You can't hide.
I'm here recovering from whatever.
What happened to you?
I'm going through a lot, man.
Is old age catching up on you?
That too.
I wonder if there's any place that can sell pain-free medication. Well, not pain-free medication, but something to enhance life.
Wouldn't I like that?
Yes. That person be the richest person in the whole world.
I know.
I don't know what's going on. I'm
good, you know.
I've been seeing you from I've been doing the series.
Oh God.
Are you aware? Oh yes, you're aware. I think so. Yes, I think
what?
You're aware of the series. I think you're aware of the series I'm doing now.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I just have not been. I haven't been on social media for a minute.
Yeah. Yes.
I passed through, and that's kind of it.
Can you remember you have my number and I don't give it to store in your phone. I have a lot of phone I can't get. Call it, use it up.
Okay, I will. I text you the other day though.
Say that again?
I texted you the other day.
Yes, yeah, man. Them little texts are important. I like them. I like those little check up on, you know.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I will definitely do the same. But most of the time, because of so much activities and so on that I have to do, that's one of the results. But I need to
Me
reach out
too.
to face with the people, man.
I'm
One
not.
day, just call some people.
I'm not big on social media for right now because I'm dealing with a lot
Yes,
physically
Travis, you're late for court.
and
Travis.
mentally. So
Well, I
I
advise
haven't.
you to you only have one life to live, make the best use of
Oh,
it. One life you have to live. So you should pause. You make use of your life. Don't stress out yourself and all of that. And if sickness come, deal with it. Yes, Stan, you put in a wig?
no, I don't wear wigs right now.
I tell you. You look young and fresh, Stanley, man.
Yes,
You don't look like 80. You don't look like your age.
of course not. I look the same always.
Yes, and sound same way.
I'm just
So
getting.
you coming to Jamaica? You coming to Jamaica this year?
You mean in December here?
Well, December basically done.
Exactly. It finished. Maybe catch me next year.
Next year sometime because you know we're going through a little rough patch with
Yeah,
Melissa.
I'm not.
Somebody took Melissa, man.
Hmm?
Melissa come with vengeance. Somebody took Melissa,
I
man or
know. I
boyfriend.
know.
Melissa came with vengeance.
Oh my God, yes. I did not like what I see, so
Not good.
not good at all.
But we are overcoming the situation.
Yeah, true.
The bones got stronger. It shows that Jamaica is a love country.
Yeah, that I can say.
Yeah. And that is why I encourage people not to tear down Jamaica and the government. Let us do our thing and build up.
Yeah,
Because
because it's one Jamaica. You can't live with them and you can't live without them. So at the end of the day, you just gotta take it as it comes and do what you can, and just make it do what it do. And I donated to somebody that came from Mandeville.
Oh.
So I know somebody from Mandeville. Well, Shano and a couple others. And I donated to them. So I donated a good stuff for diapers for adults and the elders and stuff like that, and food stuff and whatever I could. Wipes, the whole 9 yards. But it's not much, but you can help in any way and do it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Everybody coming in do what they need to do, helping each other, and that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign. Miss Mitchell, you're tied up now? Yeah, man. So that's how it is. Tani, I'm glad to see you. And basically, I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. But
I pass you sometimes, but like I said, I haven't been on.
Hi, Miss Mitchell.
I haven't been on here like that. So
you're welcome. You're from day one.
I know, right?
You're judge. You're afraid.
Oh no, never.
I said, go, Miss Mitchell, man. Everybody engage. Yes, I just came on because I just want to be, on to show that I am still here, and I want to keep up my work. So I reached late. Normally I'd be here from 8 and go up to 2 o'clock, but some things been happening, so things change. But we're gonna be full-fledged next week.
Okay.
All being well. I think we're gonna take a recession, until January sometimes. I think Wednesday will be the last. Okay. I'm not sure for Wednesday, but normally we court take break till January. So they are working the court system. Anytime the judges go for break, at that time we go for break.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna check it out and see when is the last.
Okay.
Yeah. I know they go on break until January sometime.
Yeah. True. Yeah, because a lot of doctors' offices and stuff took break starting tomorrow.
Oh,
So they're not. I think Friday when I went to the doctor was the last day until following Monday.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Mitchell. They take recess. They are already on break. See there? They are already on break. So normally I would, for my workplace, would go on Friday would be the last day.
Oh.
Return back January. Yeah, January about the second or something there. So they would get 2 weeks. Friday was the last. Oh, Empress, I need to follow the tradition. You know, I was recently promoted to this position, so I'm taking my time learning the whole thing.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, once it's working for you, you can't break in the middle of, you know.
Yes. So really and truly, I should really, well, because we're in this series, but it's my own thing. I think we can close off Monday, and then we get the rest of time for myself.
Okay.
Because it's really something to really come on time. It's not an easy thing. Because I have to work, I was on the road. Mr. Lawyer, okay, thank you so much, Empress. You see? So we have people with no people and know the system work. So we want to mirror the court system, Empress, as close as possible. You know, this is a virtual thing, and it is a a virtual TikTok thing. So we want to mirror it as close as possible.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is 1-to-1 with the judge now, 1-to-1. So
yeah,
so it's so good to see you at all times, Tani.
Of course.
Oh, she was. Yes. She can come right here to learn, or she can start a program. Oh yes, until January she get her break. Yes, understood, Empress. Let me see, am I following the Empress? Let me see if I'm following. Yes, we are friends, Empress. Yes, we are friends. Yeah, so that is it. And this is my good friend Tani that has been with me from day one. We have been on TikTok. How many years now, Tani? About 3-4 years now?
About that, yeah.
About 3-4 years, yes. We're a long time. We're
No man, back. About 4 years now.
4 years.
I don't know.
Time flies so fast.
God.
Yes, I'm constant. I'm consistent. Yes, so without doing any relationship stuff, I have another program I want to come up with, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to sell it to somebody. Then we can deal with relationship issues.
Okay. Yeah, that you need to come back.
Yes, I'm here a long time. I used to talk about relationships.
Yeah,
and those
that need to come back.
That's up. That thing you mean. But I want to come up with something. I won't talk it on here because people see the idea one time for the week. You know, because it's gonna be, I can do it the same day. Yes, they will see the idea. Just like business idea. When Carls came out with the 10 ounce, the small catch up, Lasco take it over, Grace take it over. All of them take over Carl's idea. That's what it's.
Nowadays, you can't, any idea that you have, you can't tell nobody because you're going to lose it. Just run with it and figure it out for yourself and be the first to jump on it.
Exactly. But this is fun for me. It's also a de-stressor for me.
Yeah.
So I take pleasure doing it. Yes, a de-stressor for me. I will not Empress verbalize it here.
Okay.
I said it to somebody. And look here is who is here. Philippines.
Well,
Philippines, I'm going to call you here. I'm going to give you a call. I need to hear your voice.
I kind of feel sick from it nasty. Yeah.
I told you what you need to do in a Philippines. You need somebody with you in your bed.
No, I like my bed for myself. I don't think my bed is even big enough.
Tani, listen now. Tani can tell you. Tani, when you get up in age, how much of a need you need somebody?
You do.
You need somebody.
You do.
I kind of feel sick right now.
I'm sure if you have somebody.
Allergies are bothering me.
Your allergy, you need a detox.
No, my nostril stuffy.
That's what I'm saying to you. So all those things that you're eating, you need to stop eating them so that you can detox the system, cleanse the system, kill the parasite.
I give yourself a 2 weeks detox.
Yes, man. Cut off the dead flesh.
What good for liver cleanse? What you can take for that?
I'd have to check it and I know Cersei is good for it. It's also
I
good
don't
for the
want that.
skin.
No, it's too bitter.
You don't want the bitters.
No, you need bitters, man. I even feel, let me tell you something. You see, once a week, just, you don't have to make it as bitter. You just
Exactly.
draw it, cover it, as soon as the color change, you just take it off of the stove and you put it to the side, take out the actual bush and leave it, make it sit. Because the longer you leave the bush in there, it get bitter. So that you can take it off of the stove after a few minutes as the color change.
Yeah.
That's it. And take it out and put it to the side and put it to cool. Put it in the fridge and make it cool. And you can just drink a small amount every couple of days. And trust me, it will flush your system out.
Flush your system. And you know what is good that you can take to cloves. Cloves is very good to kill the parasite. Cloves very good to Tani. Not Tani, Philippines. Cloves.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna get a cup of tea right now. I put cloves, ginger, garlic, and onion.
Yeah, that work, right?
So when you liver need cleansing again with?
I am not sure. I'm not a medical doctor.
It's a little bit funny.
I'm a high court judge. I'm a high court judge. Yeah, I see the wrong person those questions.
No, shit.
Okay, your lordship.
Yes.
It different for it
so a
different
medical
colors.
doctor come up here. Empress coming up. Male press can help you. Maybe if you try in the Adventist church, you teach a lot of health, and I'm sure they're still doing it now.
They're doing it still. Big up yourself, Madame Philippine. I used to be in your room. How are you, my dear?
Hi, a long time I don't see you.
I know. I've been taking sabbaticals, but okay. For a quick liver flush, you're not hypertensive, right?
No.
You don't have high blood pressure, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So when you have allergies, you're consuming too much sugar. And I'm not meaning white sugar or brown sugar. So
yeah, because I don't drink those.
Right. Processed sugar, or we call them simple sugar, right?
Yeah.
So simple sugar is your pizza, your dough bread, your bun, your boba, your crackers, your anything making a bag, a can, or anything, right? And if you're consuming large portion of that, it's gonna spike your glucose. Here, what is taken out of simple sugar? Fiber. And the reason why we get allergies is because we don't have enough gut fiber. So there's something in our gut called our microbiome that helps to build the flora and help to ward off bugs and everything, just like what you're complaining about now. But we don't eat it, we don't get it from those. So you need stuff like your greens. And if you can make a little green juice, but you don't have to make a lot of it, just a small amount, like 3 leaf of callaloo, 3 callaloo leaf, might be 2 spinach or 1 spinach leaf. Take a finger breath of ginger, a finger breath of turmeric, a little piece of like lemon or the lemon peel. Blend everything up with a pinch of garlic, and you could drink that a few days, because that fiber in it is going to help to build your gut microbiome and get rid of the allergies. That's where you have to go from the gut, from inside.
Okay.
So eating your vegetables a little bit more, drinking more water. Water helps to detox the liver. But you want a good detox is grapefruit juice. And if you don't get grapefruit, you can use apple cider. And for people who are
I bought some gummies. I'm supposed to get some apple cider.
Gum is full of too much sugar. Anything with sugar, keep off it and you just do this for about 120 days. 120 days and you're good. You can correct your immune in 120 days. So get off all sugars, your things like ice cream, creamy anything, all dairy, because dairy causes a mucus pus and it
Oh
interferes
yes,
with
I am
right.
allergic to those to
Right.
dairy.
So get off all of those. Get some apple cider or grapefruit juice. Freeze it for yourself, not buying in a bag because it's full of sugar in the container. And you get half a cup and 2 tablespoons of cold pressed olive oil every morning. Mix it up, drink it every morning for about 2 weeks, and that detoxes the liver. A lot of water to drink, because I can tell you, Philippine, you're not drinking enough water.
Yes.
Mhm.
Water.
But Empress, you finished the prescription. That's all. You miss out something that is very important.
Huh?
You miss out something out of the prescription that is very important for Philippines' sake.
That one is
M-A-N.
Eh?
No, we don't need
M-A-N.
that.
Ah, better crosses.
that
Your Honor,
Mm.
Your Honor, respectfully, leave them crosses alone and then like this dirty man. Your
I
Honor,
disagree.
I beg your
I
pardon.
disagree. A good
Your
man,
Honor,
Marcia. Come up, Marcia.
you know
Come up.
what?
I know
I
you
tell
defend
you,
me
you
now.
know,
One
you're gonna
thing,
have,
you know.
Your Honor, you don't want to open a word. I cannot worm you. Your Honor,
A godly good man.
listen to me, all in a church, who all the pastor upon the pulpit in the name of Jesus, you have to baptize him, because sister.
Oh, Jesus.
I say, let me tell you something.
Empress.
I speak in the
Empress,
truth,
I
and Sister Philippian, I speak in the
Mhm.
truth, nothing but the truth, so help me, Lord. Sister Marcy, how are you, honey girl?
Hold on. So beside Grammy, I can go and defend it. That is why she's suffering.
I'm sitting in
Because
my
you know the
car.
thing to again Empress.
I'm sitting in my
Remember that
car.
she would get that sexercise, and because the absence of sexercise, she's stuffing up. She's stuffing up.
Yes, you need some of that. You need some of that let out. But you know what happened? I don't know how old Sister Philippian is, but I can't. So I
I'm
was
old.
gonna
I'm as old
define it.
as Judge.
Huh?
You know
I'm
something.
as old as Judge. Judge, how old
You know
are you?
something. I would have.
I am 1982.
You're 82.
Oh,
So
you're older
40,
than me, Judge.
You're 43.
You know something. I am
How old
Marsha.
are
Good
you?
night.
Hi, Mr. Ingram.
Listen, let me 1 second, Mr. Ingram. 1 second, Mr. Ingram. Sister Philippian, let me tell you something. Because yes, you are in that age. So I'm 58, very proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're young still,
But
man.
you
Yeah,
know
baby,
what?
you're the daughter.
But you know what happened? I think where I'm at in life, it's that for me, I was telling my ex this morning, I said, I'm prepared to be satisfied. And I'm okay.
In Jesus' name.
I'm Jesus' name, because I am now set in stone that I do not want, because nobody's going to change me at this age, because I find you have these men, they're coming, oh, what do you have? Well, we're going to come to the table, Your Honor, about what it is, and we're going to sign a prenup. This is where I'm at. So we're going to sign a prenup, because what you find is a bunch of narcissistic, lying, disgusting men.
Empress, I'm going to invite you, especially one of these evenings when we resume in January, to speak about what to look for. You're at a good age.
Well, you know what? Maybe mash up your crowd of people and
Listen. I must come in. I must come in here. We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful of the persons we ask to advise on this man and woman issue. It's very important.
You can be very
I would have. Listen,
you can be very professional about it,
I would have said this some time ago when I listened to people like Philippian speak, I said it, and see I'm hearing it here tonight.
Where's Mr. Ingram?
You cannot have a person who just continue to be so negative consistently. For example, Philippian don't know me from Adam. She don't know me. And if you hear the thing that Philippians say about Noel Ingram, and she don't know me,
Mr. Ingram, when we're talking, the places when we're discussing politics, it can get very
and judges saying
rough.
She need a man.
What's your
She
need a man, and she think I'm joking.
And she's very beautiful.
She think I'm joking.
And she
And
is.
let me tell you something.
She helps others. She's in the helping.
Look at Marsha. Look at Marsha, for example.
Look what she has glow. Because she have a man.
Is glowing. Marsha is
because she have a man.
What do you think cause that?
Well, I am okay.
The serotonin, Mr. Ingram, and all those different tones, those chemistry mixing up. When you reach to that point of even orgasm,
Jesus Christ, George, George, and we're not talking about that.
George is on a mission to help all of you ladies.
You know, it's a true business.
Yes, him say him going if it's anything he do.
Please allow Marsha to talk because Marsha has the experience. Please allow Marsha to look at Marsha. Marsha is always smiling. Marsha is so radiant and always have something pleasant to say and a pleasant smile.
Think about the goodness of God and all the glory there is.
Mr. Ingram, can I ask you a question? Are you saying to me that it takes a man in my life for me to smile and to be happy?
No.
Yes.
It is an additive. It's an additive.
You didn't know that?
Additive. No.
You didn't know that?
Listen, Ingram. It's an additive. I have been in I've had 2 long-term relationships in my entire life. 2. I did a dating for the last 2 years, and I never knew what was out there. That opened my eyes. It opened my eyes that I realized I was sheltered. So I can tell you what 28 years of being in a relationship. Yeah, so I can tell you about positiveness. I can tell you about good relationships. I can tell you, yeah. So I've been there. It's not like, as I said, Philippian is still young. I am more going 2 years towards 60. And, but I've been in long-standing relationships. So I know, but it doesn't mean.
Empress.
Yeah, go ahead.
Empress, 1 second, just a minute, because when you touch that, that's why I was known to talk about relationship. That's why I'm on TikTok in the very first place. But I'm saying you can be in that relationship for 30 years and you don't live a good life.
I had a good one. I could tell you, I had a good one. I had a good one.
Some. I'm not saying Empress. Some people.
The person died, Empress.
No. I'm an open. I'm an open. Well, he died.
That person died.
He died. Yes. And you know what happened, Mr.
I'm sorry to you. My condolences. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm telling you.
I'm going to rest.
What happened?
I'm going to sleep.
No, Sister Philippian, don't go sleep.
No. Let she go. I will call Philippian. I'll call it tomorrow, Philippian.
Okay, sweetheart.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
Good
night.
What I'm gonna do, Miss Mitchell, would you agree with me? We have a live where we can discuss these things.
Well, Gary just popped in, so it's a very good time and opportunity for that live.
Yes, because I think it's time, because I am a relationship Mr. Ingram, and I like what Mr. Ingram support that. I am big on it.
I agree.
Empress, when God looked and saw a man,
yes,
he said it's not good
for a man to be alone. No, and I agree. I agree.
And Miss Empress, I have had an experience with this lady. She's married enough, and whenever everybody free to go in that office, she's the person in charge of sending out checks. So as company go to collect checks, check, you're free. They don't want to feel say the woman miserable. And I know she's not fulfilling that part of her life, because when you have that session, Miss Mitchell, and you go to work, you just drive and a laugh.
That's true.
When you remember last night, you just drive and a laugh.
Listen, I agree, Your Honor. I totally agree.
When that part is cut off from you, party is dead.
It's not that it's dead. It all depends on what is the reason behind it, and it just means that if it's the state of mind. Do you want to continue to go on as you are, or it is only a phase where you're taking a little recess and then you're going to regroup and come back. But if it's a constant thing where, you know what, because sometimes, you know what, Ayurana, women keep choosing the same men, you know, because of psychological trauma from childhood, you know, Urana.
That's what Mr. Ingram was referring to, but he did it in a tongue-in-cheek way.
Okay, because women keep choosing the same men. And is that it would be like, you know, there's a, my God, my bad luck. Why me choose the same men? You understand? Because guess what? Young women sometimes are looking for their father. Men are looking for their mother. It all depends psychologically, right? So if that person has chosen to be alone because of what happened, they could have been hurt by somebody, then for the rest of their life, they take it out on certain men. Well, I don't walk around and think that, hey, you know, every man should feel the blunt of my past relationship. I don't think that's fair. You give everybody a fair, you know, I always say I give them a clean slate until when they murky the water or they start to write on their own slate and damage their slate, then I said bye-bye, you understand? But I have been successfully in 2 relationships that were long, like no short nothing.
And enjoyable.
And it was, listen,
enjoyable.
Wonderful relationship. First, the partner died, and I decided, I said,
Both
hey,
of them? Both of them die, Empress?
Well, he died below. And so I said, you know what?
No, I missed that. What was that?
No. Judge needs, you have any sugar and water near your judge, which we don't recommend.
Put the water.
You see the mistake you're making. Just get it now.
All right, so.
Hold on, Judge. Hold on. Don't allow her to pass this one.
Okay.
So the mistake she's making.
Okay.
In cases like these, when situations like those occur,
you did allow me to finish. You know, Mr. Ingram, call the button. Put a pause on the button. Mr. Ingram, put a pause right there. Right there on that button there. Don't move the muscle. And I thank you. So I said, based on my professional background and everything, I said, that is no reason to ever get up and fly. I will stay until I die because this is a ride and die. There are things that are sold in shop and I will go buy one. Okay. I decided 10 years I sat there. Do you not think you need to send me over a crown for queen?
Empress, you stayed in the shop for 10 years?
10 years?
I said I stayed in the shop for 10 years.
Wait, was it a corner shop?
But you know what, though?
No.
You know what, though?
I thought, you know, honestly, stop speaking because I thought you was going to say something different.
No,
Let me get back. Let me continue. No.
Mr. Ingram, listen to the truth of stories.
No, I've listened. I've heard you.
All right, so what I will do, definitely.
Because what you did was wrong.
But I didn't leave. I mean, we continued.
Hold on. It's not listen, man. Listen to the point I'm making to you.
Let me hear what you have to say.
This is the point I'm making to you.
No, me know why you tell me before me tell you the story.
But the point I'm making to you, you make reference that down there went. In a case like that, you find creative means of enjoying yourself.
We did. I said for 10 years we did.
Hold on a second, Mr. Ingram. 1 second.
We did, Mr. Ingram. I'm telling you, we did.
Empress.
Yes.
Empress, because that will not suffice. One of, listen, too much I want to good for nothing. But what I'm saying, Empress, the age group men that you normally date, what age it is?
He is 7 years my senior.
7 years.
But medically, if you understand the medical background of things, and to which we need to, this is where I said I need to move to get my health education out. Remember last time we spoke about that? It's to get it out because diabetes came on early.
Oh,
And
so hold on, Empress.
That
One
could
step
mess
up
him
in,
up.
and that is why you see, Mr. Ingram, please, as a man up here with me, that is why when I talk about choosing a woman to be my partner, I must be a picky person
you have to
because I
be.
don't want somebody that is overweight. I don't want somebody that eat anything
Yeah.
because the longevity of our togetherness not going to be anything much.
That is true. And if that person
Hollywood
don't
is
give
very
you
best.
So you know, but Empress, I think this is worthy to speak in the court that we can look at these things,
Yes.
different laws and things. I want us to come back sometime when we in January that we can look at these things. It's very, very
for
important.
sure. And I'm
Very, very
up to listen, we're here to educate the world.
Exactly.
And so because of diabetes, I said to the person, I said to him, here, sweetheart, one day I did a class on diabetes and the damages it did. And, I said, but, every day I'm here up and I'm here teaching and educating. And guess what happened? It's in my house. I buy a 2-liter, here in Canada, we call it pop, right? But a 2-liter drink. And I buy it. And the kids, young and would drink and run up and down. But then partner would finish it in a day and a half. So I sat with partner and I said, honey, I just finished a class and it just hit me and I need to talk with you. I said, this is going to cause all of the above: eyes, kidneys, heart, foot, and down below. And I said, we need to get something. And, he came off all meat and stuff and cut back, lost like about a whole person away from him because there was a large abdominal abdominal pregnancy, male pregnancy. And he lost all of that, came down.
Hold on, Empress, please give us the layman terms because when you
okay, all right,
that kind of way, I don't want you to miss the regular listeners.
Okay, all right.
Tell them the big belly, what they see them start gain.
Yeah, so when you have the big belly and the big belly, you start, what it does, the big belly actually converts your male testosterone to female estrogen. Then what it does, it interferes with your libido and it decreases your sex drive. When you have diabetes damages the small blood vessels and it damages the large blood vessels. Therefore, always, anytime you see one big belly man that come around and tell you what I'm going to do and put you up, he can't do nothing because he can't do one God Almighty thing because that's what happens. If you're not careful, he's dead right on top of you. He's dead on top of you. Georgia, you told me,
Hold on. Let me turn it down a little bit. And let me turn it down a little bit. Because the art of this thing, you see, the art of this thing, Tani, is to know when to gauge a woman.
Yes.
You know to gauge them. Yes, and so you're not going to put them up and down there, so you're going to gauge them. Right? So I'm going to gauge a little bit. So, Miss Empress, this is a very good case for us to discuss one of these evenings. And it will take me back to where I'm coming from with relationship. And these things are very vital.
Very vital. It is very vital. And to continue to enjoy that pleasure in a relationship, you got to work with your partner, and especially your male, because once you start to see the abdominal girth, the belly starts to grow. What you're going to start to realize is that, remember, they're all fat cells that's going around that abdomen, and the blood has to perfuse, meaning give supply to it. So therefore, the blood that's supposed to go to the penis, because the blood is what causes an erection, it has to perfuse that belly mass, so you have less going to the penis, and then you sometimes don't have an erection.
Hold on a second, Empress. Let me answer this question. We actually, just a minute, Taddy. One TMF family, we actually stood down that case because of we don't have enough information to discuss, and our people were not informed properly. But definitely next week we want to conclude Monday, Wednesday with the Maroons, and then we can move in January with the leads. It's definitely a topic that we will discuss in the entirety. And from the inception of it and why and why not. All right. So definitely, but we're just chit-chatting a one-to-one with the judge. So we're not having a court session right now, we just have a one-to-one with the judge right now. And that's a session that I have normally when court plays. Yes, definitely we'll deal with it, man. We'll deal with the tough questions, you know, over here. And we'll continue. But there's another one that Empress is alluding to right now and speaking about the men with the pregnant belly. And I always said, whenever a man is showing that sign, it means that, not only fact, I use analogy to say a woman pregnant, she have a belly. She's not pregnant, the belly go down. So all those ladies talk, oh, a baby fat and all those things, they're in the wrong. Something is wrong. Right.
They need to lose
Something is fundamentally wrong. So Ras, I'm not sure you look like he's a Rasta person, that you can come and tell us some herbs that the men need to take. And as we were talking to Philippians earlier about the herbs to cleanse the kidney, the heart, the different organs, so that the body can in optimum, function that we can. Because when you're 70, you still can't fire. You still can't fire same way.
Yep. You have
but you destroy the body. You destroy the body, you know, Empress.
For sure. But 70, you're just in the peak of movement.
You understand?
My ex-husband had a belly, right? So he went to the doctor and he always called me. He said we are very good friends. My first husband, very good friends. And I have 4 kids. And they're all his. And so he just got married in March. And you know what happened? In one of his relationship, he wasn't able to get up, you know. He couldn't say good morning. His penis was...
What age was he at the time?
Huh?
What age was he at the time?
He was about in his 50s. 50s towards 60s, and he say I saw him, you know, because when I take the kids down, and even when they were younger, and I take them down to New Jersey, he would actually say to me, you know, he and I would chat, and he said, you know, I see him with these pump and stuff. I said, what you doing with them pump and things? Oh, it's to get his stuff. I said, boy, listen to me.
What?
Lose that belly before you. And so when he started to listen to me, he actually went to the doctor, and the doctor said to him, his cholesterol was high. So he called me and said to me, the cholesterol high, what me fi do? I said, let me tell you, get on that damn bicycle and cycle from morning till night, go work and back, winter, summer, spring, and get on some oats in the morning, get some steel cut oats, put in some flax, chia, put some seeds in there and drink it. Don't add any sugar, because already the steel cuts is sugar. It's carbohydrate. And I said, drink a lot of water. And I said, he went back 6 months. I can't tell you why always say to me, it's just so rude, but this is our story. And he said to me, me not send you a buffalo for nothing. I said, excuse me? So he turned around, he said, the doctor said anything me I do, continue. And let me tell you something, man married last March. And he couldn't stand up for the ex-wife, but this new wife, listen, don't talk to me, call me Bob. He said, Bob, don't talk to me. Man is saying good morning, good afternoon.
At what age he said good morning
he's
now?
10 years my senior. He's 68.
And he still has a good morning.
Excuse me, I said 70 is boy. You give that body, listen.
Judge,
give that.
The man and I were in the same age group.
I said, listen to me. Yes. You give that penis oxygen and blood. Let me tell you, you stand to 90s.
Very important.
Blood and oxygen to that penis.
Blood and oxygen.
What I said to you, and you get it. You don't need no special herbs. You need to eat your greens, drink greens, and small amount of you need, and just make sure that, because you know, as you age, even with men, right? As you age, hear what's happening. You're gonna the fat here where the fat is disgusting. That same fat is gonna clog the arteries. And then look at our oil pipe. You see, or we corrode and it cannot get water to go through the pipe. Sometimes it bursts the main, right? So it's the same thing with our arteries. When you look at it, you need to make sure that the blood can flow through the narrowed part of the arteries. So if you thin the blood through greens, magnesium will relax the blood vessels and let that nice green go in and making blood folate, making blood. And guess what? That man stand till 80. Do you hear 80-year-old making children? You're like, a lie. He may save the sperm. No, he didn't save the sperm. You keep that belly flat, and let me tell you, you're 19 years old.
True that.
Wait up the place,
God,
Empress.
let me tell you.
Empress, a very interesting topic we have here this evening. You see, Tani, she put me in my elements. You know, these are the things we used to discuss before.
Of course. No, but you're right, you know, you're right. You take care of your health and put as much in your health as possible, and you'll be perfectly fine, no matter what age you are.
Correct.
My argument is that, you see, Tani, I don't go to the doctor, I go to the market with my money.
Exactly.
But
that's my doctor.
You're going to the market, but you're doing the that nobody has to tell you what to do. So you know what to do, and you know what to do.
And rest.
Rest
is also important.
Very important. Rest is important. You see, even the females walking around with them, fluffy and fluffy and fluffy. Men run away from the woman with a top of fluff.
My woman must be so. My woman must be like this.
No, man, because guess what happened? We think in our culture that fat is health. But guess what happened?
Miss Hopewell, she can talk to you about the medical part.
Yes, Miss Hopewell. I'm going to design or create sometime. What I'm going to do in the regular series, because it look like we have to split it up. Like Empress will get 50 minutes. I think I was talking about it earlier to discuss these things. And Miss Hopewell can come in as well and give us some.
What kind of medical Miss Hopewell do?
We can't say.
We can't say.
Yeah, and that another thing again. That's why I asked Miss Empress.
I think I was saying
sometimes you need to choose.
Yes.
She's a nurse.
But the main thing is what Miss Empress is talking about is the visceral fat. The visceral fat is deadly to anyone.
Deadly. Because for female, how many people do we know that has lost their ovary? They lost their ovary, PCOS, fibroid, endometriosis, and all of that. And everybody get up and say, oh, the doctor said the fibers are small. You soon get to menopause, let it shrink. And all the female diseases that we have. And what it is, it increases and interrupt or estrogen. And we end up with everything. Because let me tell you guys would not. You see me? Talking to you guys here, big medical background, have to push the drug, have to do this. I don't take it. But guess what happened? 22 years of survivorship of stage 4 breast cancer. Nobody tells me anything. You could be walking name doctor unless you walk here and know what I did. You can't speak to me. I'm a peacock.
Stage 4.
Wow.
My doctor, my oncologist said to me, there is nothing. I was only 37. He said, there is nothing we can do.
37.
Only 37.
No, I don't want you to share the story as it, Empress. I want you to hold that story. And,
it's just an excerpt. That's what I'm saying to you. It's just a little teaser. So, you know, it's there's a lot. And I have
much more.
I've been on a mission since to educate people on the things to look for. Everybody says, oh, I didn't see it coming. Yes, you saw it.
We ignore it, yeah.
We call it fluffy, big butt.
Yes,
That is
yes,
high levels of
yes, and it's
estrogen. We call
foolishness.
it oh, they need love handle. Oh, I'm a flabby. I'm a visceral flabby. Oh, listen to me, girlfriend.
Empress, we have to adjourn right
Please
now.
adjourn.
I follow you. We are friends, and I will do inbox you when I will ask you to come and share.
No problem, my dear.
Important information. And as Mr. Ingram is going up in age, 16 can come and share to the men as well.
Yeah.
Because at one point I did menopause and andropause.
Yes. And you know, a lot of people, Judge, don't even know that men go through andro.
They don't even know. I learned
they don't know that. And they go through
I don't know her name, sir.
Yeah, andropause. Oh,
I guess you do.
It's the same. It's the same like the women getting the sweats, the night sweats, the change in life. Yeah.
We discussed it at length here, and when I used to do those kind of lives.
Okay.
I used to have persons come in, medical persons too, as well.
And when they go to the andropause,
I don't know what name to take either, you know. I don't know what name to take either.
Look at that. Come inside Ingram have teach them strong.
Very good.
Because they take
Never.
themselves.
I don't know what name to take.
Plus,
You know what I see an epidemic of? And I said, I just don't know how to get into. With a lot of men with gynecomastia.
break that down my first. Some big words and now. That out of my judge
gynecomastia is
That has a lot to do with the food.
breasts.
The enlargement of the breast.
Men with large breasts.
So you see, Empress, that's why I'm on TikTok. There's a lot of people here with wealth of information.
Wow.
So they look
Especially men in color too.
I'm not even talking about anybody else. I only speak for my people.
So Empress, definitely you'll be a special guest coming on. We can look at these things and educate ourselves of these things and know what to look for. Use of the herbs and come off a heap of chicken, come off a heap of dead flesh.
You don't have to use the herbs, Judge. Judge, you don't need no herbs. Just eat vegetable
and keep on moving.
And water.
And keep on moving.
Keep moving and eat lots of vegetable daily, every day. You don't need no herbs.
Keep the colon clean.
That's it. Just keep that colon clean. Fiber sweeps it like a broom. And all you need is fiber daily with water and walk and get sunlight. You don't need no herbs.
Today, Empress, I had oats, peanut.
Keep away from peanut. Peanut is one that keeps a lot of yes, keep away from peanut. Peanut is something that it's in rice, leftover rice. They take thingy really quick, mold very quickly. Yes. Peanut. If you be careful on peanuts, but it's not that you're not gonna have it, but yeah.
Yes. It's a small amount. We have what's the other seed name? Sunflower seed.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Almond. And I had
you use your almond as your
cheddar seed, cheddar.
And chia seed.
And pumpkin.
I have a big bowl of chia
seed and the pumpkin seed.
Yeah, pumpkin seed to beside in brand. So that is naturally thing right there.
What's the other one? Little fine brown name again.
Flax.
That's very good here, omega
omega 3.
Look at those things, omega 3.
And somebody showed me something the other night, and I put in mind.
You see, I didn't even show something, but I keep the judge because me want to go.
Listen, somebody mentioned. I don't know if Empress. Somebody introduced me to this one last week.
I like it.
It's black seed oil.
Black seed oil, right?
Black seed oil, yes. Black seed oil.
But even a better one is grape seed for cooking. It can go up with 500 Fahrenheit, and it is better to use it if you have to do a little sauteing or frying.
Yes.
Okay.
It does less damage to the inner walls.
It's cold press coconut oil.
Cold press, yes. Cold press. Cold press
it's
is
expensive, but if you want to maintain your health and stay away, because when you go to the theater, you have to pay the big money, you have to pay the millions. Why not take those
Yeah,
millions?
Steve Jobs said that either you eat your medicine or you lay to
Well, I have
meditate.
that. I can get
I
that
food
for
be your
you.
medicine and your medicine be your food.
Correct.
I have that. I have the seed oil for $3.5 a quart.
Yeah, I can give it to you at a better price. Too. I do those things in my side, Graham.
Okay.
You do your coconut cold press?
Yes.
Yes, I have real pressed oil from which country that is from now? I know it's coconut place.
Okay. I thought you have it from home.
No, I don't press it from home.
Okay.
We have honey as well.
Okay.
Anyways, thanks to the health class.
Hold on. The honey, you have the pollen, the bee pollen.
Best taken from your neighborhood. Best.
Olive oil cannot fry stuff, because it cannot eat.
Should not be add heat to it always. If you notice Italians eat it, dip their bread in it, never heat olive oil.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to learn with health, and we can share those things here.
And one of the things, Judge, that you'll find, I'll tell you, you'll have a lot of professionals that will come. But one of the things that you might not realize that most of us professionals are not taught enough about nutrition. So we are good speaking about the diseases and causation. The pathology and the pathophysiology is when the natural and when the natural breaks down and it's gone bad. And there is a fix-it pill for everything. But guess what happened? They don't know actually how to correct when things go bad on the natural side. You understand? So you'll find a lot of times people don't know. Don't even speak about our doctors, because our doctors are not trained. They have less than 8 hours.
They're not trained. Not trained
on medicine.
Listen, I can't take anybody else. I have to go. No. I have to go. Kerry, come say your 2 cents and tell me that your final command. And that's
what? Breaking news?
Yes.
Breaking news.
Guys, good night, everyone.
Yes,
Let me just share some information from you. You know what's the number one thing to do? Stay away from processed food.
Yeah.
Try to eat as much natural.
You get engaged.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
try to eat as much
You get
natural
engaged.
food. Like you guys are so privileged in Jamaica, where you can actually get that farm product, not having all that.
The ladies asking if you are engaged.
Only interested about the engagement.
No. So it's good. Stay away from processed food. And try to find natural medicine. Like if you have a cold, you use the garlic, like fresh garlic and onion. Stay away from medication, because those medication all come with side effects. Just taking a painkiller, just stay away from them.
But if you eat up all of those natural things in a career, you're gonna want somebody, because natural everything when we wake up in the morning.
No. You have to know how
Especially with being so beautified.
You have to know how to control that. But yeah.
You have to know if you control that, but tie it down. Anyways, I will leave it
so that's good. Just stay away from processed food, guys, and you'll be good. It's hard when you're in America. So that's why it's good even to create your own little backyard garden, like your avocados and little stuff like that. But yeah.
But you can buy it, Kerry, if you don't.
I know, but there's something I just enjoy planting and reaping, give you that feeling.
Yeah,
so yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So those are some things.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Have a good evening. Miss Michelle, Miss Michelle, don't follow away and waste the time. You're not here very regular. Make use of all of the use. Make up use of all of the don't waste the time. Remember, you're soon gone again. So make sure you use up the time.
Why
you go to the market, you must can get beetroot and ginger. Sorrel time now. Sorrel is very good for man as well too. It clean the artery.
And don't forget the cayenne pepper, because it increases blood flow. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I'm just giving her a little added recipe.
Just to make things better.
Thank you.
Yes, man, you
I
can walk
appreciate
around the community, get the fresh air in the morning, and you know.
I do.
Yes. So don't follow them sit up there with that thing. Go and deal with them husband. Don't follow Miss Empress. Don't follow Empress and Tony. Them not nobody. Go and do what you have to do.
Empress,
Excuse you. Don't be
Oh, sorry, Tony. Sorry. I never remember that Tony about Baroque, man. Sorry, Tony. Sorry.
You know, I said this earlier today
Listen,
on
don't mix
Club
me.
Live. Don't focus on all the boxes that you desire. Allow a man to love you the way you ought to be loved.
correct.
Facts.
Correct.
I'll leave that.
Correct,
Thank you very much. And with
Beautiful
that said, we are adjourning the court tonight. Thank you all for coming, and
Yeah.
see you Monday evening. And Empress, I will think about, well, we have Bookman to come up and so on. So we want to finish up that treaty thing with the Maroons and move on. Because we
I have a
whole
question
thing.
too for Monday in case I don't.
Yeah, but well,
I want
Yeah,
to
one
be
more
able to open up a question with your permission, and I'll send my summation, my summation to you in regards
Yes.
to Chief Kerry and the lawsuit, because I
Yes.
decided to be nosy and go
lawsuit.
look.
I think Madam Mitchell can do that. When you close it,
Right.
can
No,
come in.
it's in regards to the Maroon, because I don't see the co-defendants listed.
Oh, yes.
And
just
that
carry
is of
on.
concern to me as a citizen.
Yes.
So I would
remember,
like
look
for
at
that
the
to be
lawsuit, you know.
discussed.
You remember, we look at the lawsuit and it was a Corey name alone on it. So we need to know
Yes.
why it was submitted that way.
Yes.
Right?
I that's just from me, and no one is asking, but just from reading the brief really is the one defendant, which is him, and not the community at large. And for that, I think it most likely will end up in the Privy Council, based on what I'm reading. But it's just, these are just predicate to what is put into court, but not necessarily what is in discovery. But for me, it just concerning 200 acres, not for the entire Maroon community, just for one plaintiff versus the defendant. That part doesn't jive with me. I want somebody to explain that on Monday.
Exactly. So we need to trash it out. Yes, so definitely. So Miss Mitchell, I will allow you to do that presentation. We can make that submission Monday.
Thank you. All right, good night, everybody.
That is it. And then Empress will come up. Empress, before we start the program, we start 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, you can come and I'll give you 10 minutes to just discuss something about health and the importance of it.
What you could do is just give me something you want to talk about, because let me tell you, I've been doing this for so many years. I could go on forever, but just give me something to just contain me to say, okay, let's talk about prostate cancer, whatever. Just give me something and I'll just stay there.
So what we want to look at is the cause and the prevention.
Okay.
Cause and prevention.
So let me, I always love to start with my diabetes.
Yes, diabetes. So you have a personal testimony on that one. So, but remember, it's just like 10 minutes. So
no. Come on, listen. I've been doing this for. Listen, I could put it up in 5 minutes, concise it. So,
and then
just do diabetes.
And then what you can do, you can have it as a series going until you complete that.
Yeah.
That's it for whatever it is they discuss. Like what we're doing now with the Maroon thing, we're doing it every. So you come, you get your 10 minutes, and then we can continue.
No problem.
So we're gonna structure.
Yeah, because next year, as I said, my goal is to get on YouTube to have have a chat.
So you're a medical doctor?
I'm not a doctor. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse educator, and I've been doing this for eons. So that's my backing. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
I appreciate your time, and we're going to take up this on Monday. And sorry to be late this evening.
That's okay.
Beyond my control. So because of that, a lot of people is not here. That they think that I wasn't going to come on because I was on Wednesday as well.
No problem. Have a blessed evening.
You too, and hope you get back with a husband.
I'm not looking. I'm okay. I'm comfortable.
But what you need to do, get somebody younger this time, though.
Hey, that was what I tried.
Oh, it never worked. Who this kind of guy? Yes. Anyway, people, thank you very much for joining. See you on Monday. All the best. Bye-bye.